night, but because of everything has shifted, we didn't have security here tonight.
I told Matt already.
Summer
What are
hours.
you doing? Is this your money clip here?
Yeah,
You showing off. Turn upside down.
it's like the only one I have.
Yeah, 'cause you broke the other ones. They're so daggum loaded.
Where's the internet? There, that's better.
There you go. That's a single should always be on.
No, not till I
Yeah.
You can read it. Okay.
If you can, overboard the next executive session, see what the finals, give me a pencil.
But that's, oh.
She's gonna get it probably anyway.
So if someone called them.
You know what I'm talking about. Hey, Matt, I wanna talk to you after the meeting.
Definitely.
Okay. I'd like to call to order the Penn Trafford Informational School Board meeting for Monday, June 3rd, 2024, and start with the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Mr. Leonard,
We don't actually
Here.
have any special
no report, right?
I have no reports tonight.
Okay, the board met at 4:30 this evening in executive session, and we discussed personnel items, negotiations, and class size and enrollment numbers. And Dr. Harris, we'll give you the floor for information.
Yes, we're gonna start with our retirement ceremony. We have a few teachers retiring. But first, I brought my ball caps. I just want to remind you, it was the very first playoff of the States game. The boys won, what was the final score?
3-2.
3-2, which is nice. Last week on Tuesday night, they won their very first Whipple, so that was exciting. So after that night, they got to proceed to the finals. Today was the first playoff game with the States. Of course, we were all here, so we could not get to the game. So they actually ended up winning 3-2, and we will send out more information as the games progressed. Do you know where we're playing next?
Not that I know of.
It was not announced. All right, again, so this just happens, but that was exciting. And today, with the help of Lou McCracken, we're going to go over some of our retirements.
Want them to come up, Matt? Like we do for a student?
Come up and
Okay.
bring them.
All right, first up, we have Gary Bacco. All right, Gary's completed his 35th year of teaching, 34 of which were at Trafford Middle School and 1 at the high school. He chose a career in education because math came easy to him, and he wanted to help young people understand the subject matter. Appreciate that. Teaching also opened up many opportunities to coach, which he greatly enjoyed. Gary holds degrees from CCAC, Associate's degree in Engineering Science, University of Pittsburgh, Bachelor's in Secondary Education Mathematics, and Indiana University of Pennsylvania, Master's in Elementary and Middle School Mathematics. He finds the rise of computers and the disappearance of textbooks among the biggest changes in education. He always enjoyed seeing former students reminiscing with him about Penn Trafford. Congratulations, Jerry. Gary, you'll be greatly missed. Thank you so much.
We're also beginning on our YouTube tonight. What is your favorite moment in all of your years? You weren't first. He's going to go over first, and you have to come up with yours as well.
I don't know if I have one moment, but I have moments that have occurred. Like Mr. McCracken said there, it's very interesting to me that when I see a former student, years have gone by, years, and I don't recognize them, but they recognize me. I mean, I'll say, hey, Mr. Becker, how you doing? I'm like, good, good, and you are, and they'll tell me their name. I'm like, oh, okay, now I remember. And then at that point, they always give me, do you remember when? And it's something that happened in the classroom that I don't remember, but they obviously remember. And then they tell me about, I'm like, okay, I remember that. It was a good time. But I have many moments like that with former students. I don't have anybody come up to me and say, hey, Mr. Backer, remember when you told me that X times X is X squared? I don't remember that, but I do remember the situations and events that occurred in the classroom or outside the classroom.
He was my catcher, but
I
just,
was hoping you remember that. Absolutely. That was a long time ago.
he played very hard.
I tried to. I'm
Yep.
still fighting.
Well, you will definitely be missed. And
Thank you.
You did a lot of coaching too throughout.
I did. I wore a lot of hats for Penn Trafford. I was thinking about that the other day. I mean, I've coached softball. I've coached girls basketball, boys basketball, field hockey with Mrs. Dot. I have been a morning math tutor, after-school tutor. I've done the yearbook at Trafford. My wife and I have done the yearbook at Trafford Middle School for the last 13 years. I was math department chairperson at the high school, math department chairperson at Trafford Middle. Let's see what else have I done.
Summer learning.
I did summer learning camp several years as well, yes. Yeah, one time we had, when COVID started, we had to do our open house meetings at home. I had mine on the back porch, and I had several hats laid out. I would change my hat, do one presentation, change my hat, do the second presentation. That's exactly what we had to do at that time. Interesting. Yeah, I'll say it that way. Yes.
You will be missed, and of course, I took yours out of the box, I'll keep everyone's else in, but we always give you a clock, and it's kind of funny, because now that you don't have to worry about time so much, we give you a clock. I always wonder why we do that, but now you have a clock to remind you that you don't have to go anywhere.
I'll never be late, because I have a clock now. Absolutely. Thank you.
But we do appreciate it, and we also have a cake for you, and I notice a lot of the other people who retire every year, they say they freeze it for the very first day of school. So you get it out and you have a bite of August and you have a piece of cake.
What kind of cake is it? You mind me asking?
Almond Schwartz.
Absolutely. We won't make it till August.
Well deserved, you'd be very nice.
Thank you. Thank you. You? Thank you. Absolutely. I got my season tickets for next year.
Oh, we got ours.
Thank you, Gary.
Congrats. Thank you very much.
Cheers.
Thank you.
Oh, really?
Thank you.
On the seat tonight.
Thank you.
You will be missed with a busy man. Thank you for all you've done. I'll see you on the cut through.
We doing grass.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Go wash your car. Basketball.
I go past his house almost every day when I go.
Is that Jim?
Oh, you can take it now or you can.
CBS.
I can't see them.
All right, next up, we have Cynthia Dutt. All right, Cindy had a career in toxicology and then took time off to raise her family. It wasn't until she became a Girl Scout leader and field hockey coach that she realized her passion for working with kids. She obtained a teaching certificate from Seton Hill University to supplement her bachelor's in science from Moravian, that's what I was going with, college. Cindy taught biology at Trafford Middle School for 19 years. The biggest change in education that she noted is the growing emphasis on standardized test scores, which unfortunately, she says, took away from her freedom to explore in-depth science topics that most interested her students. Her fondest memories of teaching are seeing the moments her students understood a complicated topic after a struggle with a lesson. Cindy will greatly be missed. We'll definitely miss you. Congratulations. Yes.
Now, how many years have you coached and also?
Oh, I've been coaching field hockey since '98, but at the high school, I think since 2005 or I think 2006. And,
She retired from coaching.
How many Whipple titles?
Eight,
Nine.
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 I don't know. I didn't realize it until a sports writer called me and asked me what my thoughts about this great momentous thing, because I think it's 8 in a row, I'm not sure. And I just didn't pay any attention to it, because I thought, oh, North Allegheny had, they had a record, so I wasn't keeping count. But I have a nice banner that the team gave me, so I get to see it every day on my back porch.
And your absolute favorite moment, and you gave some examples of your.
Yeah. It's been really hard because it's like Gary, it's like, for me, it's when the kid gets it. And I think, as I always, thank you for going first. I was thinking, I think one of the things that caught me most by surprise was we had some event at Trafford Middle School, and there were parents there. And these parents sought me out because they wanted to meet the person that made their art daughter, her daughter was only gonna ever study art, want to study chemistry. So I taught biology for I don't know how many years till the curriculum switched, so I teach physics and chemistry for the last 10 years. But when they came over to say what an impact that had on their daughter, I think that was incredible, because arts and sciences don't always work. And just getting emails from students saying, I remember when you taught me this, or I fell in love with that, or hey, I moved to Florida and we already did that, and they're just starting this now. So I think it's just sharing my love of science. Yeah.
I appreciate it. You would definitely miss.
Well, we're gonna miss you in the classroom. Tell us, you're not leaving the field hockey, right?
No, we're actually, Carly and I were just on the field because our P-TARP camp got rained out last Wednesday. So we're down there now, and one of my assistants is working with the kids.
We're so fortunate that you're staying with us. Thank you.
I love it. It's great. Thank you. I love working at PT. Thank
Yes.
you for the opportunity. It's been wonderful.
We were very lucky.
Thank you so much.
Congratulations.
Definitely a legend. Appreciate it.
Does she live in Penn Trafford?
Denise is gonna do the next one.
All right, next up, we have Roseanne Funyak. Could you come up, please? Roseanne has worked for the past 10 years as a part-time office, or had worked for a part-time office aide before accepting the full-time position at Level Green Elementary Building Secretary, and she held that position for 14 years. She has noticed many changes over the years, including no longer posting homeroom assignments on the front door. I'm sure you love that day. Stein procedures, clearances, security cameras, Chromebooks, and the new online registration procedures. Her favorite time of the year was always when the high school band and chorus came to perform the Christmas holiday. She loved watching the students get excited about it, especially enjoyed the performance of the traditional fruit cake song. Are you going to recite that for us? Congratulations, and thank you for your service here at Penn Trafford.
There as well, so you're one of my last of the 4 people who are still there. And it's Vinny, I think it's Vinny, Jill, and maybe Melissa, and Chuck. And you, Chuck was there, so there wasn't too many of us left from Level Green days. But you were always a blessing. You always helped, no matter what. You jump in there all summer long. You know all the kids in the school. You're an outstanding worker, and everything you've done with this song. And how do you have the good news that you want to share?
I'm going to be a grandmother of twins.
And most of your kids went through here and they're doing very well.
Yep, we're doing great. Thank you.
I remember them, they were at the high school at the time I started. And now congratulations on all you do.
Thank you.
It's really hard. Thank you. All right, who's having the twins? Nick. Nick, good. Sit up. Thanks.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
I'm not far behind. Oh, really?
Congratulations.
Thanks for all you guys.
The mics are on.
I just left working here. I felt really blessed. And yeah, it's really hard to leave. But I'm excited.
And then finally.
Janice Novosel, please come up. Janice attended Indiana University of Pennsylvania to earn a bachelor's degree in special education and a master's in special education elementary education. She's been a life skills autistic support teacher for Penn Trafford since 1990. A big change during her tenure at Penn Trafford is that more students with disabilities participate in the general education classrooms. her favorite memory from Penn Trafford, she stated, "My only regret is not keeping a diary with her favorite moments from teaching. There are too many favorite, funny, rewarding moments to mention." I agree. You could do one every year. Look, you can make a lot of money. So congratulations.
Thanks.
Did you say the total number?
Pardon me?
Did you say the total number of years?
38.
38 years.
38.
And you were gonna definitely be missed, 38 years. And I know when we first got you from the WIU, you was always worried that someone was gonna outbid you on your room, your services, because that was yours. How many years did you work at IU before we?
I worked there, I think, the first 25 years.
25,
Yeah.
you finished with 13 for us.
Mhm. In the same classroom since 90.
Very good. And the very last couple of years, you were switched to the same classroom, and moved over to.
I took my kids and moved right over to the middle school. Yeah. They
Because after all these years, elementary, you deserve the promotion.
Right.
So it was very
Right.
nice. Well deserved. Everything you do for the kids, and you're hard for a lot. So
Thank you.
you were definitely missed.
Thank you. Yes, I am.
Congratulations, Phil, congratulations.
Thank you.
Definitely left the mark here.
Did you have some pictures?
I did. I'm gonna be a grandma as well.
Grandma, definitely. Very nice.
Very exciting time.
And all four of you, remember, if you're ever good forward, you can always come back and help. We always need you, we always need your help. You want people to help. You're here forever. Heart, so I do appreciate that you have done. Back to the ways you think. You had over 112 years, which was 40. And then as a comment, everyone else has retired, so you were all missed. If you want to stay for the rest of the night's meeting, feel free. If you want to say, I'm done, feel free. You don't need to take your phone. Thank you. Oh, you know what? I didn't get a picture.
Oh, yeah.
Picture, Cindy. Cindy,
Real
Gary,
quick.
Janice. If we can go, oh, my sign's gone too. We can go up to the yellow wall. I was pointing over there because we usually have one picture with my four graduates.
Yeah.
Lifetime's on that.
Yep.
Yeah.
Actually, do it this way. That sun's getting in.
Nice to have retirement.
can see
You
Janice.
seem all happy.
That's okay if you get.
Well, that's a good experience, which is good.
Either way,
Yeah, you know,
how you feel?
for some reason I should know that, though, man. I can't place her. That's Gary's wife. Yeah, I know her face, but I can't put it together. Still weak, but I'm all right. How about you? Everything all right? Concussion, where'd that come from? I thought that would take your ass. I do remember you said you failed. I do remember that. I'm worried about living that long.
Well, and again,
Problems when you go slow, this thing after you do it. Oh,
Steve, I don't think about it.
All right, some other good news I just wanted to share, and this happened the last week of school after our, almost the last end of the year, but the Mid-Atlantic Emmy chapter, we actually had 4 wins and 12 nominations. The first winner was Wake Up Warriors, and that's a newscast. This is the 5th time in the last 7 years that we actually won that award. This is our video department of the high school under the direction of Mr. Steve Vinton. The second winner was Light News by Connor Alexander. He actually did a story on the CWCTC, which actually won an Emmy, which was very great. 2 other nominees in that category came from Amanda Bobish, as well as Juliana Fontana and Ella Malloy. The next winner was for Arts and Entertainment. It was about a story on Carrie's Furnace, and that was by Lily Millmeyer. We also had a winner for the magazine program Orientation TV show, as well as nominees by Public Affairs by Sophia Lespina. There was also a nominee for the short form for Morgan Arlia, Connor Alexander, and Paul Mills. We also had a nominee for PSA Nope by Natalie Goldsworthy, Noah Moffat, Nick Uhas, Cam Nichols, and Blake Vincent. We had a nominee for a commercial, and that was FSQ by Morgan Arlia and Ella Malloy, and I mentioned their names before. And nominee for multimedia journalist Pure Imagination by Chris Pravila. So a lot of winners. I do appreciate the program. I know Mr. Vinton, even though he's not in the room, he actually stopped down and set up the mics, and he's actually recording at the studio. He usually records at his home, so it was nice to actually see him tonight. So if he comes back to take the mics, please congratulate him. He does a lot of work, him and all the students. It's what makes it possible for future film, and as you know, you might someday be a film behind the scenes like you. All right, the STEAM Summer Enrichment and Summer PE Health has started for students in K-12. We have approximately 550 students enrolled, and that is all I have for the announcements, and I already told you about the baseball team.
Thanks, Matt. We're going to jump ahead to recognition of visitors. I'll just go over and read the policy, the procedure for the audience recognition. You must state your name, address, and group affiliation, if any. Your statement will be limited to 3 minutes in duration. All statements shall be directed to the president, and no participant may address or question a board member individually. You may be interrupted if your statement is too lengthy, personally direct, abusive, obscene, irrelevant. I have a list of the residents who wish to address the board. Your name will be called in the order in which you signed up. I have Ray Bausch.
Name is Ray Bausch. I live at 222 Woodlawn Drive. Concerned parent. So I am the voice of the voiceless, and as a parent and a taxpayer, I continue to be baffled by the principal realignment. We received one AI email explanation, and the board has not answered any questions that has been asked. And we as parents have not received any answers. To my knowledge, you as the board do not have any children entering kindergarten through 5th grade next year. So your children are not affected. It simply feels as though you do not care at all and blame Dr. Harris for making this decision. As you have the authority and power to change this, let's be very clear. You guys have the authority to stop this. This does not go away on July 1st. When the principals are moved, you can't ignore this for the last 2 meetings and make the changes for July 1st. Can instantly the same month that you have chosen not to have any board meetings and think that after the change is made, this will all just be a memory. The focus of academics will be turned to unnecessary changes in schedules, fixing a problem that didn't exist prior, and turning kids, principals, and teachers' lives upside down. This is a waste of time and effort. The taxpayers who have spoken have asked many questions. I think it's time that we get some answers. I'm sure when the Department of Education has set rules and regulations for a district school board and superintendents, your conduct is not what they had in mind. Collectively, you are sitting by pointing fingers at the superintendent, but not yourselves. You as individuals are responsible to make sure you are doing what is in the best interest of the children. Retaliation against individuals is not in the best interest of the children. Teachers spend most of their time with our children, other than parents. They take care of our children. They give up the time with their own family to make sure that kids have the best education they can possibly have. I have confidence that you will review this and change your course of action and restore the schools so that they can continue their higher level of academic achievement. And please, stop me when I'm telling lies. Thank you for your time.
Thanks, Rick. Okay, Dr. Harris, you want to review the...
Sure. Next week on the agenda, under athletics and extracurricular, there are no items. Under budget and finance, we have adopted school district budget. We have grant permission to advertise for bids. We have to authorize payments for all end-of-the-year invoices. We have named banks as depositaries. We have to authorize payments for credits earned. We have assigned fund balance. We have to approve the compensation rates. There won't be any items under buildings, grounds, and safety, nor will there be any under employee relations, negotiations, transportation. Under food service, we have to approve the breakfast and lunch prices, approve the milk prices. Under personnel and curriculum, we're going to ask you to approve the personnel agenda, approve tentative assignments, employee school physician and dentist, accept and file the tentative official ratings, extend supplemental contracts, authorize the administration to fill vacancies, approve conferences. Under policy public relations, legislative Title II, we're going to ask you to continue the roll call procedures, continue the bond coverage, approve attendance at conventions, authorize administration to submit the federal program applications, approve the participation in Drug-Free Schools and Communities Act, adopt attachment A of the IDEA-B program narrative, appoint PSBA voting delegates, and give final approval to board policies and admin regulations. Under taxes and census, under taxes, insurance, and census, we're going to ask you to set a millage rate, adopt a homestead and farmstead exclusion resolution, adopt a tax resolution, and that is all that we have for the agenda for next week to have you approve.
Okay. If nothing else, I move for adjournment. Motion. Second.